the biggest largest landmass in the world is fucking Africa. It's stuck to the ground, and the fucking sun is going so goddamn bright. And there's some stuff called melanin. There's some stuff called like chlorophyll and fucking and plants and shit like that. But it is what it is. It's just like we don't go around looking at plants and being like, oh shit, you green ass motherfuckers, like what you doing? Like, you know, like nah, it's just black motherfuckers with melanin and people darker because they, you know, their skin is taking in the sun.
Yeah.
And there are some folks that are not taking it in, but having a sufficiency of taking it in, and that's where the colors come from, and that's just, you know, scientific stuff. And, you know, scientific research doesn't mean that there's no spirituality in that shit. We just talking, we just, you know, we getting down to the nitty gritty of things, and the craziest thing about life is that there's some other things man, I don't know, man. That's when people would be like, I don't know, man, there's something more, something greater than this shit. I know. House on the corner of me was a Twitter house. I was like, that's dope. That's hella dope. When I'm young, I'm like, oh, that's hella dope, man. Twitter, okay, yeah, Twitter out here. I love Twitter. I'll be using Twitter all day. You know, but I didn't realize when I got older and mature, maybe having a daughter, I realized like, oh, that means that there was a company that was able enough to afford a fat ass Victorian and get people to come out here and work for whatever they work for them. And they only giving money to these people and not the neighborhood, basically. Yeah. Which, do they have to give money to the neighborhood? You would think so, because the neighborhood is helping them stay there, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever, like, you're part of the neighborhood. So, but yeah, that's all over San Francisco. That's just like at my house, you know? Twitter and then all the buses and stuff like that they had the contracts for, and the Google buses, they had to stop the buses. I stay in Alamo Square, which is the postcard row, and stuff like that, which I'm one of those like little, you know, wealthy areas now, but definitely a little bit changing affluence wise, but definitely the full houses, you know,
full house,
yeah. So that postcard row, so you know the buses going around there, they had to stop that stuff because there's so many damn buses and tourism and all that stuff. Yeah, they had to stop that, you know, because it's ruining the roads or ruining the traffic so much, man. And this is nothing. Everybody can Google and YouTube research everything I'm talking about, and I'm just a living, breathing, you know, because I experienced all that stuff, and it's disgusting for sure. It was disgusting. Superficial city, and that's what the album was about, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in the East Bay,
Okay.
right? And I've always loved going to San Francisco. Yeah. To me, it's a whole different world. Crossing that bridge, like hanging out with your friends, like going to different places, you know. And now I live in San Francisco. I never thought I would live in San Francisco, but now I do.
Yeah, that's right.
It's interesting because I do meet a lot of people who are SF natives, and I do enjoy listening to you guys' perspectives and see, you know, it's definitely valid. Yeah. Because you guys experienced everything and you guys grew up there, you know. So thank you for sharing all that.
I appreciate y'all, man. About my bad if I was just cursing a lot, but
no, it's all good.
That stuff gets me passionate, man.
If you're passionate about your city and you see it being taken away, I mean, it's gonna affect you. You know what I mean?
It's terrible, man.
Yeah.
It also brings discussion on how we can, you know, help. True. Anybody who's listening to this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So bringing up discussions like this is definitely important. Yeah. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of a house, so I don't know if you saw, but you about 3 or 4 blocks down is eBay.
Yeah, I've seen that.
eBay owns the entire city block.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
I remember when eBay was just a little tiny company, and then they bought the whole block, and they bought all the condominiums behind it.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you.
So they own the entire city block.
That's crazy.
Right? Wow. So, and that's like right down the street. Like to me, I just kind of ignore it because I'm just used to it, right? But they literally created like their own basic block, city block.
Community.
Yeah, which is eBay. It's all owned by eBay, right?
I don't use eBay anyway.
Me either.
You know what's funny? I had not used eBay for years. And I was like, why does eBay even exist? And then I recently got back into trading cards, like sports cards, football, basketball, because the hobby has exploded.
What, really?
Because the big money got back in.
I got some cards.
The big money got back in.
Okay, tight.
So LeBron rookies are going for like anywhere from $1,500 to $50,000. Like old Shaq rookies are going for thousands. The Jordan went for over $1 million. I mean, Kobe, like one of one car. Like, it's just the hobby is crazy. Yeah. But the point to that is, so eBay has now become the hub for collectibles, like price guides, like auctions and stuff. Everything is done on eBay. So that's what eBay is now. eBay is like the hub for auctioning off, selling stuff, and getting the most value for your card. So I thought eBay was gone, like didn't exist. But when I got back into this hobby, because I went back to my old collection, and I was like, oh my God, I have at least $15,000 to $20,000 worth of value in these cards that have been sitting in my freaking garage for like 20 years.
That's what's up, though.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. I had like
That's
Tom
dope.
Brady rookies, LeBron James, you know what I mean?
No, hold on to them, man. Hold on till they retire, bro.
You know, a short story. Me and my brother were living in the Philippines, right? And I think it was my dad who sent us a bunch of baseball cards and NBA cards. Remember? And then we sold them. And we sold them because we wanted to go to some kind of Disneyland or something like that. But my mom got sick, so we ended up like paying for her like surgery or whatever instead of going to Disneyland. Yeah. But now, like, I wish I had those like baseball cards and you know, sell it for dollars instead of pesos. Yeah. So
I mean, it served its purpose. I mean,
it did.
You paid for your mom's surgery. That's
that
cool.
too, and I think in a way it gives us like, oh wow, we can hustle. That hustle mentality, right?
That's what's up.
Yeah, me and my brother. For sure.
So she was slanging cards back in the day, right? All right, so let's get back to your album. So your most recent one, Honeybunch, dedicated to your grandmother. Talk about that.
Yay, Honeybunch. That was that's where I'm at right now. I am, as I'm getting a little older in this music game. I'm throwing these albums out that have meaning to them, and you know, this album right here, Honeybunch, is dedicated to my grandma. And it is music with the message continuing, and I produced 8 out of the 10 tracks on the project. And I mean, it's a short listen to it, but you know, it's a good listen. Main thing, music with the message, and talking about my upbringing and talking about everything I just talked about on this podcast, pretty much, but with some rhymes to it and making it flow.
Remember that song you sent me, I Want It All? Mm-hmm. Is that in this album?
That's off the Superficial City one,
I love that song so much.
I appreciate you for even bringing that up. So for the Superficial City project, bunch of production from me, but hard-hitting production, different from any of the music, different from something greater, for sure. And that's why I appreciate you for saying that. Shot a bunch of videos off that project. Got a lot of responses from that. One of my first times sitting on the videos, releasing the album, sitting on the videos, and then voila, you know, watching the everything like trickle down basically, and just seeing like, okay, people like this. I can be like, okay, letting the album marinate for a little bit, and then hit them with whatever song is like the most popular song off the album. So being more professional with my music, that was like Superficial City. Honeybunch, you know, I have to get some videos going for that. I got a couple of videos going for in the works basically, but Honeybunch, dedicated to my grandmother, and I just wanted to have a meaning and be something. So it's like, you guys got to listen to this one, man. The hard-hitting tracks, the production on it, I feel like it's flawless. I really spent a lot of time on this. Topics on there from everything I'm talking about, the rhyme scheme on there, everything stepped up. I feel like this is my best project to date, for sure.
Right.
And I did that for Honeybunch. Definitely could have probably did a little bit more dedication to Honeybunch, telling those stories, but I told my upbringing. So like Honeybunch is right now talking about my upbringing, and I'm going from there. I'm going to release another album called Sarge soon, and Goonies Never Say Die. It's my mixtape coming soon. Goonies Never Say Die. You know,
Goonies, yeah.
I'm trying to go within and then bring it out.
That's what I'm
trying to do.
Isn't that what music's about? Is telling your story, telling your truth?
Yeah, you know, and yes, you're right. Yeah. But to be personal with this stuff, with music, which everybody should be doing. Have I been doing that? I would say, but you got to be honest with yourself. And that's when I'm starting to realize, like, with putting honesty in my music, especially this Honeybunch project, it gives you some relief. And also, like, if somebody talks some shit about that project, you would definitely bust their ass about that project because you put your soul and heart into that project. So that's why I see, like, oh, that's why artists be tripping. That's what artists be doing, you know, because they really, I meant that shit.
Sensitive about that shit.
I'm sensitive about that.
Like you're talking shit about me.
Yeah, real talk. So like that's, you know, that's if you listen, you'll hear the messages in there when I'm talking about my upbringing. Literally everything that I put on this podcast here is what's in that album, and trying to let people know my experiences and how I navigated through them. And I'm just thankful to be here. And thank you, Honeybunch, for really instilling these values within me that definitely I didn't know that was in me and have came out through the years, man.
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the future, right?
Yeah.
You said you have Sarge.
Sarge.
Goonies Never Die.
Goonies Never Say Die. That's the mixtape. My next project is going to be called Villainous Tone, and that's with my homie Merc the Mad Scientist, Merc the Mad Villain, and Villainous Tone. And that's going to be half production, four songs produced by him, 4 songs produced by myself, and we're going back and forth. Basically, that's what we're doing.
You're in the zone. 2021.
In the zone.
Let's go.
I did a bunch of soul searching for 2020 for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely did a bunch of soul searching throughout my life with traveling and getting out of my comfort zone and going to like Europe and going down to Mexico, going down to Peru.
You went to Peru. Did you go to Machu Picchu?
I did Machu Picchu for sure.
Wow, that's amazing. Tell us about that.
Machu Picchu was beautiful. Machu Picchu, I don't even want to give up the secrets, but Machu Picchu is all the way in the goddamn mountains with all the Andes.
Yeah, I heard it's like a 14-hour walk.
It's definitely a walk, which people do all over. The dope thing about Peru is they're in a resurgence of their spirituality, which is awesome. And they have the cholitas out there, which is like the women with the top hats.
Yeah.
And some of them wrestle, I heard, in like other, I think in like, what's that, Chile or something like that. But the cholitas is awesome out there. They're dope. They got the llamas, the alpacas out there. But yeah, Machu Picchu is all the way there, up there in the Andes or the mountains, the mountain range. And it was one of the reason it's famous because it was disturbed. So they found it, and like a discoverer was trying to like find this damn thing, and they couldn't find it forever. I forgot how they found it. It was like found in like the 50s or something like that, like one of those like just more recent discoveries. And then they don't know why it really exists though. So you go through the whole thing and they'd be like, oh yeah, we actually don't know why, because they don't have the original people.
Yeah.
But the dope thing about Peru, the Incan run, they have a whole Incan run. The Incans would run from hut to hut. Like run from like not hut to hut. That's fucking stupid. Excuse me. They would run from like destination to whatever destination, whatever post. So they had post. In the mountains, so they running up, around the mountains and shit like that, down, and just having a whole path so that they couldn't get conquered. And yeah, Peru is awesome. Yeah, they have their whole resurgence of trying to figure out who's the Incans and the Incan blood. Their whole thing is rainbow colors for joy and for pride. And like just have festive and just have all the colors, because we don't want to be in dark colors and stuff. When we want to feel good, when somebody passes, let's have a good time. Let's celebrate their life and let's get drunk and everybody chip in to pay for the funeral type of thing. That's Peru is dope. Yeah. Right.
So would you say that was your favorite destination from your travels?
Oh yeah, I did Egypt. Egypt was one of my favorites, except for the I wouldn't say the people. That's not a good word to say, but. That was my first time not really learning the language. So like if I was being like somebody asking for money, I could not get a lot of people away from me because I was like, nah, I'm speaking English to them. So like it's not that they couldn't learn or didn't know English, but it's English means you have money.
I see.
So they try to get over on you if they know you speak English
all day. So that's Egypt. That's my first experience with anything like that.
Yeah.
My first one. But Egypt is beautiful. Pyramids out there. A lot of monuments. I did a whole soul searching, like I said, and when I did my whole kind of just relearning myself, questioning myself, I just went on. I went to Spain. I went to Rome. Went to, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Just go check out and do the little tour and just go see it for myself.
Did you go see the Sistine Chapel in Rome?
Yeah, everything. I did everything, devout Catholic, so, I did everything. So
there you go. So you went back to the homeland, the roots.
The homeland, per se, and then, but really, just to see it for myself and then like see like, okay, I see they got the knowledge. They got the sacred knowledge. I see it all. I see this ancient structure with the flower of life in I got all pictures and stuff like that. But just to go out there, you got to go out there and see it for yourself, because when they give it to you, unfortunately, for the news or on the news or on these clips, it's like a lot of people don't have a lot of time to touch bases or whatever, or they don't want to touch bases on sacred knowledge. But it's out there. It's in the artwork. The big ass giant pine cone in the middle of the Vatican with some peacocks on the side of it, type of thing. Was the giant pine cone meeting? You already know. A big ass obelisk with the cross on the top of it, meaning like they got the knowledge now. Egypt ruled for like 3,000 whatever, how many years. So going out there and seeing the knowledge out there, like, okay, I see what y'all okay. Yeah. Okay, eternal life, all this stuff, and raising your, raising your vibrations and all that stuff. Like, it's all out there,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all out there, and all the artwork, going to the Louvre, seeing the Mona Lisa, but also seeing.
I've been there too. That's amazing.
Seeing Mesopotamia and seeing like the dark faces and stuff like that. Just, it's just good for an African American person to go out and see like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so racism and all this other stuff is kind of like American culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
like
and then
Jesus did not look like this white, like Scottish.
He's all pasty. He's pasty, pale skin in Rome, all over the place. And it's like, okay, I'm like, okay, I see it.
And he was from Jerusalem. Like people in Jerusalem don't look like that.
He basically looked ghoulish or like ghostly, and all the carpets and paintings and stuff like that. But the number one thing I took from Rome was like how, like I was like, oh, this. When I stepped out of the St. Peter's Basilica, I was like, oh shit, it's a big ass gang. Because there's like 1,000 churches, yo.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like each building is a church. So it's like, what the fuck? And it's all the headquarters to the churches. So the Jesuits over here, they got St. Ignatius Church. I went to go to St. Ignatius High School, which is a rival to Reardon High School. So it's crazy just me stumbling into St. Ignatius Church of Loyola. And he's the founder of the Jesuits, you know what I'm saying? But number one thing I took was like dedication and seeing what religion like basically could do or structure could do. Like for the Jesuits, for example, I mean, a big illustrious church, which y'all should look up, St. Ignatius Loyola's church, and seeing like it has, and on the ceiling, it has people climbing up into heaven, the different parts that they touched from like Africa to like Asia to the Americas and stuff like that, which is amazing. But seeing what dedication, you know what I'm saying, took to build this structure and just seeing like, that's all it was, man, just dedication and, why they took a vow of like, was that not having sex or whatever.
Celibacy.
Celibacy. Thank you.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't understand, but it's okay.
Yeah. To clear your head. To get them trying to lower frequencies. They're trying to conquer the lower frequencies.
Yeah.
Get to the higher frequency
I'm
for
not
this
even
one.
Get started with the Catholic Church.
I'm man. Oh man. Even. Let's not even
Have
get
you seen the
started
movie
with
Spotlight?
Nah.
Oh, you should watch that movie.
No, I'm
That's
good.
a movie?
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm good.
It's a movie Spotlight, you said?
Yeah, it's about. Anyways, it's about the corruption and the pedophilia.
Oh,
and
going
all
hard,
stuff
man.
going on with the Catholic
boy.
Church for years.
Terrible.
But anyways, we're not here to diss the Catholic Church, but it's just it's reality. But
facts.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I mean, it seems like your travels have just exposed you to.
You just took me all over the world right now.
Yeah.
The last 20 minutes.
Spain was awesome though, y'all. Y'all got to go see Spain.
I haven't been there.
Absolutely.
I want to go there.
Spain was
Barcelona?
beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to go find the Moors. I got involved in like the Moorish culture and stuff like that. That I've never really heard about.
So can you explain the Moors to people out there who don't know?
Oh, for
like
sure.
Me.
For sure. The Moors, basically in 714, the Moors came from like North Africa, and they went up into Spain called Al-Andalus, and they took over Spain from the Visigoth king that was over there. Basically, and I heard this story when I was out there too, but basically it happened from the Islam. The caliphs and the caliphs of like Iran and like Saudi Arabia, basically those are like two of the major caliphs or whatever, basically like of olden times, and they went to war with each other. They broke down, and this prince had to go and fled all the way to like Spain, and then basically told the Moors to set up like an Islamic empire, told the Moors like how to like go up there and take over Spain. So they took over Spain from like the Christian whatever kingdoms. And that's when that's where the Moors come from. They strengthened their empire from they basically the last Moorish king was expelled in 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and like they lost Toledo.
So the Moors were like great conquerors and black kings.
Great conquerors, black kings or African kings. But like then it's also like you could also say, if Islam is a religion, it's just a culture that spread and united a bunch of people of Northern Africa for sure. Right. And it is like, even if people could say that, hey, Northern Africa is going to be brown skin or Islamic or Persian or whatever. I don't know the correct word, so forgive me. I really wish I could find the correct terminology to describe a certain group of people. But like, yeah, you can say that, Africa would be darker skin, but definitely, race is the crazy thing about race is it's kind of like a really American thing. So like, it's awesome, to see like a black skin or darker skin of people that are just conquerors and showing mathematics and building castles the whole Spain at that time. Basically, the castles that are out there in Spain are Moorish castles. So they built up all the castles of Toledo, of I forgot the damned Cordoba. Thank you, Cordoba, Barcelona. Well, I guess they got out to Barcelona, but let me show my keys real quick too.
Yeah, and so basically, like, people don't realize Africa is a continent.
Africa is a continent,
it's
not a country. Egypt is also dope. I got this this blackface. Yeah, this my bad, my keys and stuff like that. But there goes yeah. So even still to this day, they kind of celebrate the Black Madonna. Or, you know, the Black Madonna, Montserrat, Spanish, Barcelona. So
that's proof right there.
Yeah, that's proof right there. You know, go out there and just to show you, like, I mean, they are also familiar with their history, and they definitely, I've seen the celebrations where they pride themselves on expelling the Moors, and they have a whole celebration with the nice pointy hats that look like the KKK thing or whatever, and the black face that when they travel around with the black face and the red lips and stuff like that. But it's not no disrespect, I guess. Maybe it is disrespect, but it's like folklore for them. It's like a folk.
It's not meant as disrespect.
It's not meant as disrespect. It's tell a story of how they, you know, and when you're graduating from whatever, you're going to continue this Christian Catholic or whatever, you know, that's like the hoorah for that. Like I went to Seville and just seeing like, they do their whole celebration, like for real. Wow. Like that's every kid that graduates like in that area, you know, that's what they go through. Yeah. And the expelling of the Moors, you know, that's their thing. But yeah.
Have you seen Zeitgeist?
Yeah, I fell asleep on that a lot. You know?
So in the beginning, it talks about how the whole Catholic religion, Christian, Muslim, was all started by the Egyptians. It's all the same thing. One prophet, 12 apostles, God, all this kind of stuff.
For sure.
So it just kind of was changed through time by cultures and all that kind of stuff. So
even Christian? Is that
even Christianity.
Wow.
It's the same thing. Like Jesus, they had some other prophet. I forgot what his name was. He had 12 disciples.
Yeah.
He was born of a virgin, mother, and all that. Yeah. And they worshiped the sun. The sun
Horus,
God. Right? Yeah.
Horus, Osiris.
Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that. And then about Africa. So people think Africa is just like, you know, the black culture. But Africa has, you know, Morocco. It has Egypt.
It's so big.
Yeah. Like it's a continent, people. You know what I mean?
It's a continent. Yeah. You got to figure out what country you're talking about.
They have white folks there. South Africa.
They do. Definitely all the way down there, you know. They got so many groups of people. But definitely it was awesome. Basically, it was awesome for me to go see like structures that were built by like Africans, for example, and just to see like kings, queens, because basically what am I being shown like my whole life? It's like basketball players, rappers, drug dealers. You know, I'm not getting a lot of doctors. I'm not getting a lot of lawyers. You know, even though
some presidents recently.
Okay, got some presidents. You know, recently, which thank God. Man, I look. Y'all kids are blessed, dog. I can't wait. I'm so excited for the future, man.
Now your daughter can say, I can be president.
Come on, man. Kamala, I'll see you. Kamala. Yeah. That's awesome. Have a Bay Area native, even though regardless of her, you know, her past and stuff, we just think about the future right now. We're going to remember the past. We're never going to forget that. You know, that prosecutor stuff in San Francisco, man. She got a lot of people locked up in that era.
She was hustling her way up to the top.
She was hustling. Yeah, she was hustling for sure. But that's when we got a woman vice president. Yo.
That's crazy.
Colored woman.
A colored woman vice president. Yeah, it's amazing. The future is woman. That's going to tell everybody that. That's what it is.
It was funny because I don't know if it was Chris Rock who said it, but so when Obama got elected, right? I think it was Chris Rock. He said, Bush fucked up so bad, he made it hard for a white man to run for president.
Yes.
So now Trump messed up so bad. Yeah, that they elected a female, you know.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
That's
president,
not fake news either. Come on, Trumpy.
Yeah. But anyways, I just thought that was hilarious. Right? So that's awesome, man. Your travels seem to have really taught you a lot and shown you a lot.
Definitely help open this third eye, you know what I'm saying? And just because get out there seeing the world and questioning things. Because you get out your comfort zone, you see places that don't have the same American values. You go to Paris, for example, that don't care if you speak English or if they speak fluent English. We want to hear French. We want to hear you say French. We want to hear you ask for directions in French.
Right.
Like we don't even care. Okay. I don't even remember anything.
Yeah. And you know it's funny. Speaking of North Africa, obviously my descendants are from North Africa because I did my DNA test.
Okay.
And there's North African in there, right?
How many percent? Do you remember?
It was about 5. right?
I'm 1%.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of just originated from there, right?
These are just facts.
Right.
If you look at it, it's all good, but this is just like what it just is facts. Like, I mean, if they say there's whatever two places from the Euphrates, the Tigris and Euphrates and the Egypt, whatever, like there's just the biggest largest landmass in the world is fucking Africa. It's stuck to the ground, and the fucking sun is going so goddamn bright. And there's some stuff called melanin. There's some stuff called like chlorophyll and fucking and plants and shit like that. But it is what it is. It's just like we don't go around looking at plants being like, oh shit, you green ass motherfuckers, like what you doing? Like, you know, like nah, it's just black motherfuckers with melanin and people darker because they, you know, their skin is taking in the sun.
Yeah.
And there are some folks that are not taking it in, but having a sufficiency of taking it in, and that's where the colors come from, and that's just, you know, scientific stuff. And, you know, scientific research doesn't mean that there's no spirituality in that shit. We just talking, you know, we getting down to the nitty gritty of things. And the craziest thing about life is that there's some other things man, I don't know, man. That's when people would be like, I don't know, man. There's something more.
Yeah.
Something greater than this shit. I know.
Yeah.
And then you study it so much, it's just like, whew. Still gives you chills and shit like that, though. But, you know.
And it's the awareness, too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you've definitely traveled a lot.
Yeah, I traveled. Just got my my views different. That's it. That's what I gotta say. Like, definitely opened my eyes to especially things like, you know, there's only fucking miles per hour out here, and they got kilometers out there everywhere else.
The gas, remember the gas?
Come on, I
get confused with the gas in the Philippines.
Liters.
Yeah.
Just everything, conversion wise, from the electricity. I couldn't get a haircut. Yeah. You know, and this is from me before I grow out my hair. So basically, I just started growing out my hair and getting uncomfortable with myself, so I can really figure out myself. Gotcha. Get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Love it.
Figure out, you know, do I got friends? Are they looking at me superficially? Are they looking at like, oh, blah, you look like what? Just pay attention. Just sit back, pay attention when you start to do things for yourself and see who's around and, you know, who's still around. Right. Like when you're doing things for yourself, not selfishly though, just that you want to do, you know. Yeah. But yeah, so like fucking going out there and like, man, I couldn't get a haircut and having to plug my clippers into like the electrical outlet and
it blows it out.
Bruh.
I already know.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I almost cut my face off, dog. I had a weapon. That's crazy. America, isn't it? I mean, I don't even know if we should be like putting this stuff out. It's like we letting out the secrets, but this is like known facts too, yo. But the voltage is lower here. A lot of things are lower here. And definitely, people, as people, we need to fucking come together and like get shit correct. That's what people don't realize. Like, I had to take a step back. I used to be all in this conspiracy shit and all in this other stuff, and I realized like getting the knowledge and doing the knowledge. That I realized like, oh, how does a country work? Yeah. People don't know how the fucking country works. People don't even know what the speed limit is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People don't know a lot of things that are just like, just look it up and get the knowledge so you can be confirmed, like just be boom with it. Yeah. And that's what helped me. Like the voltage, like not knowing the voltage, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we got lower voltage out here, bro? Yeah.
It's called the
What you mean? What? Like, like what you mean? Like they got more wattage out there in Europe because they'll get up and burn that shit down. They got no fucking steroids in their meat because they'll burn that shit down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, actually, the governments and the countries care about their people.
They have to.
Or they have to because the people will vote them out or they'll be gone.
They've already killed up their whole, what is that? I can't forget what the name of the people is, but with their wealthy class and shit like that. The royal, they had the French Revolution. French Revolution helped spark the American Revolution. The going out to Palace of Versailles, saw George Washington, then Thomas Jefferson, and went out there and learned some shit from the Illuminati or whatever. The bright ones, they went out there and learned how they were getting their revolution or doing their thing, and that's what helped spark the American Revolution of knowledge and freedom. You know what I'm saying? Of like,
now we're not free, and now the knowledge is all out there, but
knowledge is that's the number one thing. So in our people don't get, when you study this, you see that the founders put certain things in a society to keep a society from being ruled as a monarchy. And that's fact. So when your rights are being threatened, you should burn it down. And that's why you have the right to bear arms for show. That's like the number one thing is to protect yourself, because people have this innate ability to want to take advantage of weak it just, that's, well, I don't know what that is, a lower spectrum, a lower form or something like that.
Survival of the fittest or something.
You know, so, but people, there's a bill of rights for your natural everything, for your, you know what I'm saying, for your water. You have a right to this, you have a right to that, your natural rights they're talking about. Yeah. And that's in there. They made sure to make that be in there so that to remind people that, hey, if it ever turns into like somebody's trying to rule over you, burn that shit down. Nah, you're not, you are your own, you are a person, you are a human being, and you have rights to this world.
Right.
So if they're ever trying to take that away from you, corporations or whatever, burn them down. You know.
Well, that's awesome.
That's what traveling taught me.
Yeah, I mean, it taught you a lot.
That's a whole lot.
Like I've traveled. Yeah. I haven't been somewhere in a while. I need to go.
Yeah, man. I mean? Get up out of here.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be part of what the Bliss Seekers are gonna do. We're gonna be traveling and stuff like that. But I could just see just from your travels how your mind has been expanded like greatly, you know.
Third eye awakening, basically.
Third eye awakening, especially to confirm, like I said, confirm my already spiritual awakening from my grandfather passing in 2013 to like kind of doing research and then going out to places and seeing it, obelisk, cross on top of the obelisk all over Rome. Paris has an obelisk. Washington Monument is a fat ass obelisk. Which they say they're just those are just male structures, male energy. Yeah. That's what obelisks are. It's just dominance. It's just a big ass penis, but you know, so obelisks basically are though. But yeah, that's what they say though.
So just big penises everywhere.
Basically, that's what they say. I forgot what the correct word is. It's like whatever. The phallus. It's phallus symbols. Yeah. So they're big ass phallus symbols all over the place. Basically.
Wow.
Crazy.
There you go. Anything else you want to share before we?
Man, I'm appreciative of where I'm at in life. I feel like the number one thing is staying grounded and understanding. Definitely, my travels help me kind of just broaden my mind, and that's what it is. It's like I kind of imagine like life as one point I was like in the defense mode, just turning small, and in a defense, just scared, fear. You gotta get rid of fear. Everybody, you know, fear is holding you back. From having genuine conversation and genuine real time with people, genuine real experiences with people, you know, that's number awesome. One thing I would say. And just imagine yourself like in your solar complex right here, your solar complex, and just being like small, like being a small. And when you come out your shell, like sometimes life just punches you in the face, but you know, that's just what life is. That's what it does. It just lets you know that you're not ready, or if you're ready, it's going to test you. That's all it is. Life is a test. And, you know, if you're here today, you can get it right tomorrow. I mean, you can get it right today. There is no such thing as tomorrow, you know, but that's it. Like, keep on coming out that shell. Keep on coming out that shell. Don't let life knock you out your shell. And I spent a lot of time myself thinking I was a particular way and not doing the research and knowing that I am this way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm the greatest that I want to be and can be. It's all up to me.
That's awesome.
That's it. It's all up to everybody, though. It's on you to just choose that.
I like that, though. Get rid of the fear. Like you said, people, get rid of the fear.
That's it.
All right, so we always close it out with something we call Joe's 6 Qs, right?
Qs.
Dope. Okay, Joe.
Yeah, so she's going to ask you some powerful, deep questions, so I'll hand it over to her.
We'll see if it's deep enough for you.
Okay.
Okay. The first question is, how did music save your life?
Music saved my life because I needed to get that aggression out. I would have been dead or in jail. I definitely would have been dead, man. I'm from the Western Addition, the Fillmore neighborhood. A lot of people ain't made it out that neighborhood. There's a lot of notorious neighborhoods in San Francisco. A lot of people probably don't know that, but, you know, down the street from me on Grove Street, a lot of people, that was like a particular set or whatever. And, I mean, a lot of people caught Fed cases. A lot of people didn't make it. Like R.I.P. Big Tone on my arm right here. Rest in peace, Big Tone. That's my older cousin who passed from gun violence. And, you know, without music, giving me something like, I don't know what it was. Okay. Like, definitely was shown a lot of love, shown a lot of, you know, stability. But at the same time, without my parents being there and being on drugs, that kept me like kind of just questioning things and a little bit uneasy with life. So the outlets, especially music, and having that for poetry and just getting out my feelings. It went from a drawing, had to be like an energy from like just doing something and getting out that and making art, just creating, made me feel good. But it's like, you know, music really gave me that feeling and that passion that helped like soothe my soul, you know? from just writing about it. Even if it was like the phoniest rap ever, I felt like this shit was dope. Not because like I felt like I'm the dopest, but like just on some real shit. Like I had to get that out, and look what I made, look what I created, look what I gave to the world. You know what I'm saying? So that feeling never has left me. So that's all I do. I mean, I'm about to go to the studio when I get up out of here and go make some beats, go find some samples.
Yeah.
I'm always listening to music in general.
I remember we would always during break we used to work together.
Yeah.
We would always play music videos.
Yeah.
And he was like, right after work he's going to the studio. That's what he does.
That's awesome.
All
Dedication
the time.
right there.
All the time.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. So what makes you feel grounded?
Taking these breaths. That's it. Understanding. I came to an understanding. I don't know, like continuous understandings, I would say. It isn't until recently I just came to like this more grounding. Like I'm 35, and came to more grounding recently, with just questioning things. I guess traveling. Music helps me feel grounded for sure. A reminder. There's certain things that give me reminders, or just every day I wake up, I swear to God, y'all, I just take one deep ass breath. I do not look at my phone, and I say thank you.
I love it.
And I don't like to say like, and you don't want to like, I don't like to talk negative like that, but that's what happened to me. And like, I had an experience that like showed me that life is like I said, like my grandmother passed, and that showed me that it might be. Like, basically, man, I woke up in the morning and my grandmother was not there, dog. So, like, my grandfather, like, yo, wake your grandma up. And I'm like, no, like, she gone, dude. Like, let her, like, get, like, away from her. Like, she gone. Let's call family. Let's call the police, like, you know what I'm saying? And figure out, like, what's happening.
Wow, so you were there.
I was there,
You
man.
were the one trying to wake her up.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I saw my grandfather cry, a Marine. Man, it destroyed me, yo, like, as a youth. You know what I'm saying? I can probably drop tears right now. I'm not talking about that because I'm trying to, like, really...
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Destroyed me, man. It built a bond with me and my grandfather so strong. I mean, I tried not to talk to my grandfather after that just because, like, I was, like, didn't want to feel that pain before. I've never felt pain like that before. So I felt, like, just like that.
Yeah. So that inspired you to, one of those experiences inspired you to, like, be grateful when you wake up.
Every day. Yeah. Every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a fear of flying. And I've traveled so much.
Wow.
And it isn't until recently that I realized I basically have anxiety because, like, the fear of flying is I'm scared of something's going to happen, right? But then also the idea of letting go is, like, if anything happens, like, it's going to happen. So, but, it's just staying in the right place, frame of mind and stuff like that. So constant reminders, if that makes sense, constant reminders, giving myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wish I didn't have to go through those experiences, and I'm struggling with right now, y'all. I'm struggling with. I'm grateful, but also it's kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like,
you just need to heal,
I right on, and thank you. That's what it is. I guess it is healing, and it's like maybe I'm not being not responsible, but being realistic about that because I feel like it's like trauma. I'm good, we out here, we good, but at the same time, like. It's called trauma, dog. Like, it's some real shit.
It's
and
real.
The traumas are from fears, and it's like there's a lot of built up fears. Like I said, y'all, no fear. Have that small, whatever that is, turns to that big. Get rid of that shit, man. But I'm having a lot of like, damn, why?
Yeah.
Why I gotta be 35 going through this experience? I'm more confident than ever.
Right.
Why do I want to sing on music right now? Why do I want to just rap on music and do the best thing? Why do I want to produce this video and shoot a movie? Why do I want to do this now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, better late than never. I know everybody feels me, what I'm saying?
I feel like there's a
It's
thing
never
about
too late.
timing too,
Yeah.
You know
like,
what I mean?
And you realize it's all in the universe.
Yeah.
Like it's all, when the stars align, when you step up to it. And that's the part that's like, I'm like, feel a little jaded still though.
Yeah.
Run up on God. Like, what's up, bruh? What's up, bruh? Why you do that to me, bruh?
We're all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Yes, sir.
Like, when when we leave the Earth's suit, we're not gone.
Come on. Come on.
Like your grandmother's not gone.
Not gone. The energy.
Neither was your grandfather. That's why you start seeing all those numbers, because they're telling you, hey, it's okay. We're still here.
Yeah.
They're just not suffering, because the body's what holds all the pain, all the trauma, everything.
Yeah.
Our spirit is happy. It's like, wee, back into the universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and I do believe that. I do believe that because I can feel that.
Yeah, she's in that. She's in the album. She's in that album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She's in
Yeah.
your heart. She's in your mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Always, man. I broke down in tears basically when I started realizing that and started having a realization of certain things. You know.
Yeah.
Tears.
Okay, so if you had 48 hours left to live, what is the first and the last thing you would do?
First thing I would do is tell my people I love them. That's gonna be everybody. I would tell everybody that, you know, my people that I love, how much that I love them. Last thing I would do is tell them how much that I love them. For sure, you know, definitely.
Yeah. All love.
All love.
Yeah, it's just gonna be love. Yeah, I don't have nothing else to say other than that. Yeah,
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does following your bliss looks like for you in 2021?
Exactly what I just said a couple questions ago of, you know, getting out your fear and following your passion and your dreams, and for the right reasons. That's going to have you blissful and feeling good and on that right path, following your higher frequency, you know, just adding to this universe, adding to this life. You'll know, you'll feel it. I work for Rec and Park. I have a camp that I do every summer and winter. And I help the youth out all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? I forgot this too, y'all. It's part of this lady, Miss Baker, helped us out, yo. Her Mega Boys and Girls Club was the name at first, and then they moved into Achieve, they were called. And this lady, Miss Baker, man, she basically helped us fund through high school and sent us on trips also, man, to help us. I forgot about that. So a wealthy Jewish lady, helped put on a bunch of black kids, at-risk youth, and from all these neighborhoods that would have playing sports and doing stuff like that and could have died, and she helped us out and shit like that, man.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Forgot about that. But yeah, you know, so give back. That's going to help you. Give back. Follow your passion and also help people. Bring up people. You're going to be blissful. Help out people, because people might forget what you did for them, but they never forget how you made them feel.
That's right. You've been doing a lot of personal development, haven't you?
Well, that's the reason why I reach out to you too. You never forget. I never forgotten how you made me feel. You're just like chill vibes. And
Right on.
You get passionate about travel. Like,
highly appreciate that.
while working. So.
Yeah, literally, I was going on the travel journey in my head as you were telling it.
Same
So
here.
you're definitely a storyteller, that's for sure.
Right on. Yeah, y'all
Of
gotta
course,
see
that
it.
makes sense that you're a musician and an artist.
You're
Thank
a
you.
legit artist.
Thank you.
So when you hear the
Thank you.
word purpose, what comes to mind?
Meaning? What's your meaning? What's your purpose? We all have a purpose in life. You got to develop it, figure it out, strengthen it, you know? That's it.
I love how you say strengthen it.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's there.
Just there.
Yeah. I think one thing I want to say that everybody should realize is that we got to keep it real with ourselves. So if you be doing some shitty things, then you can just be like, man, I'm just, sometimes I fuck up sometimes I mess up, and I be just hurting people, and I be doing this. I have sinned. And once you realize that, hey, you are able to fall, is when you realize that you're able to like do those type of things, and you're might be an expert at doing shitty things, being mean to people, but why aren't you an expert at like loving people? And that's fear. People be scared, you know what I'm saying, to share their personality. Like singing and stuff. Peru helped me like understand that, you know, because like they're trying to like just have a good time, man, from the past that the crazy ass past, because they went through a civil war themselves out there in Peru. I have no idea about the history. They had a whole corruption thing going on and whatever. But yeah, just to have a good time. And even driving and them almost hitting each other, but then like it'd be that one car that would cut off like 1 million people, and they let that one car through because it's like, oh, okay, they just did it anyway. So like they're not tripping. They really not tripping. But out here we like, and I be, you know, I don't follow
Taking it hella personal.
I be taking it personal.
Road rage.
Why you cut me off? Follow you home? Wow, that's crazy, y'all. Why would you follow somebody home? I've done it. I pop people's tires, but that's crazy. And I realized I am crazy. And once you realize that, oh, a motherfucker's crazy, you put that shit in the bud and you don't have it come out. You just be, I want to be great. I want to be the best. But people have to get to these realizations of who they are.
For sure.
You know, first and foremost.
Kind of awakening, you know.
That's the awakening, because you have to it's like, oh man, like I think I'd be like saying some foul shit sometimes or something like that. Gotta fix the vocabulary. What could you fix? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, progress right there, meaning and strengthen.
I love it.
Purpose, my bad, purpose.
That's the first time I've ever asked this question, by the way.
Okay.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's
Purpose.
gonna be part of the segment. So what's your number one wish for the world?
Peace. Peace. A lot of people, and I don't know if peace can't be achieved. For sure. I was gonna say I don't know if peace can be achieved, because I was looking at two different factors. The growth, basically what I said earlier is I'm kind of like jaded from the growth. A lot of the spirituality growth is definitely kind of jaded me, but I recognize that it's all a part of life. It's a part of life, man. I gotta go through it and stuff like that. But same thing, people gotta go through this stuff. Everybody's in different experience in these lives, and then when you develop your personality is from these experiences, right?
Yep.
So at the same time, but making peace with yourselves, peace with the community. That's as a society. Like once we all come together and, you know, whatever the goal is, and we all share that goal and come to a common place, it's like everything will be good, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I feel like if like people can just figure out some peace within themselves, but it's just hurt people, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
That's it. Like, people hurt out here. Can't find no identity, whatever happens to them, and this continuous cycle.
That's why we gotta heal. When we heal ourselves, we help other people heal as well. Yeah. Then we heal the planet and the animals. Yeah.
That's right.
And nature.
Because we're talking about building. We're talking about performing as a society. If we came from animalistic behavior or whatever it is, and we're talking to each other and having a conversation, an intelligent conversation or something like that, and then we start building societies, we start building programs, we start building. But it doesn't make any sense on why a society would not want their people to build. I don't know what that is, but I mean like build, like, and strengthen themselves and strengthen everything around them as strong as possible. So I don't know. Obviously, there's some greed in this other capitalistic society, you know, that's prohibiting real true growth. But, you know, I want peace, man. I want a lot of people just to understand that part to it. Just look at each other as community, no matter what. Like, stop just looking at each other as, like, you know, a come up. Right. But
100%.
Yeah.
That's it. Education. I think it's education. That's the light. You know, just light for everybody, man. I really feel like that's just missing out here. I really feel like that's missing. You know, just a lot of light, love. Even though we got a lot of it, but a lot of people need more of that shit, dog. Like, it's crazy out here.
Love and light.
Like, it's crazy. I don't know. But yeah,
you have to be it in order to spread it. So
you really,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's really like all about us individually.
Okay. Yeah. You can even bring. I can pinpoint some people that showed me how to be light, love, and, you know, in my own life. You know, like I said, for the father structures, the male structures, the male people, you know, that helped develop this strong personality. They had to be that. They weren't just like, oh, yo, you're not my son, like, whatever. Felt the responsibility, you know. So yeah, you really gotta be it. Help teach, you know. I think that's all in the same. Like, once we learn peace, it's like we'll learn how to. It's like the Tupac song Changes, yo. That's one of the best songs. If y'all, that's like
still is one of the
literally
best songs.
Everything he said. We have to learn how to view each other, how to learn how to love, how to learn how to two distant strangers. Like, no, we are brothers, we are family that became distant, but we're all bleed the same blood.
That's right.
That's it, man. Yeah.
Epic.
All right.
Thank you for the bliss, y'all. Thank you for letting me get this out, because I'm blissful now.
Well, you know what?
Blissful? Okay.
You were right in alignment with our purpose, right?
Right.
The purpose of this podcast is to inspire people to find their true purpose.
Yes, sir.
And follow their bliss. Because what's really the point of life if you're not doing what you're meant and put on this earth to do?
Come on.
You know what I mean? Too many people are just going through life day by day. I don't think you were born to get a job, make money, and pay bills.
Nah, right? What is that?
Yeah, I mean, and again, there's nothing wrong with people who have a job, but we want to move the needle. Come on. We want to bring people that are actually doing their purpose and living their purpose. Yeah. And we want to show other people it's possible. So
just trying to get this. It's all about like awareness too and questioning yourself. I've questioned myself many times in my 20s.
Yes.
Like, yes, there's something more out there for me. Like, everything it's a journey. Yes. You know what I mean? And don't beat yourself up for it if you're not there right now. But once you question it, once you like connect with yourself, and the universe will just provide resources.
Yes. Just patience. Have patience with it.
Yeah, man, and I love this podcast. My favorite podcasts are the ones where I talk the least.
For sure.
No, to be honest. Yeah. Because it's not about me. No. It's about the guest, right?
Yeah, right on.
And it was amazing, man. Very good to meet you. We have a very similar story, like Catholic school upbringing, strong influences in our lives. Hazel eyes,
Hazel eyes bandits, man.
Yeah, I'm a hazel eyes Latino. I mean, you're a hazel eyes, Puerto Rican, African American, right? So that's rare, and you know how that benefited us when we was young.
Oh,
right?
for sure. You know what I'm saying? It still benefited me. Oh, mom, I got a nice little one right here. Man. Baby's name is Legacy.
By the way,
I love you, Legacy.
We didn't talk about your daughter, but shout out to your daughter, Legacy.
Got an 8-month-old. She's gonna be 8 months on the 12th. Wow. She was born July 12th.
Wow.
2020.
There you go.
Not a pandemic baby, a pre-pandemic baby.
But she was born in the 2020. Yeah.
But in the 2020.
Yeah, they
pandemic
baby.
They
said it's gonna be a new generation that was born in the pandemic called the coronials. So
the coronials.
That sounds horrible.
She is a coronial for sure. She's a coronial for sure.
Anyways, man. Yeah, hey, man, it's a pleasure to have you, man.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
I'm excited for your music. I wanna now go and listen to your music.
Yeah.
And
check out the videos, y'all. Check out the lyrics.
I really like the song "I Want It All." Okay. It made me want it all.
Right on.
And thank you so much for staying connected. I just met you 2019 maybe, late 2019, and I knew you were something special. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just we're doing a 9-to-5 jobs, we're hustling and grinding. I knew you were always something bigger than that, and I see it. Yeah. Throughout the whole year and. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be here. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Real quick, we work at the Apothecarium. The Apothecarium is style of basically talking to people and we are giving them recommendations for their cannabis adventures and also their CBD pleasures. But basically just kind of just schooling people to the cannabis and how it relates to them and how it relates to them in their life positively and negatively. And so we give like more of a we get this personal interaction with the cannabis. And I love it though. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
You're good at it. You're like the most entertaining person that I've ever seen work there. So.
I try to break down everything because it's like people get all complex in our heads, but don't even be realizing, man, it's really simple.
Yep.
You either want an indica, which I need right now because I'm sativa'd up right now. I'm hyper as a motherfucker. I'm ready to do some backflips out this goddamn room right now, man. I need an indica though.
A little Cat Williams in you right there.
Oh man, laughter's the best medicine.
Yeah, it is. You made us laugh. I mean. I'm sure you're still making a lot of people laugh there, but you made me laugh a lot working with you.
Making my chubby monster laugh right now. My baby is just a little chubby. Good. My shoulder hurts on my back. A little chubby monster, man. Just eating up everything in the whole damn house, crying. She's the queen, diva. I love you, Legacy. Man, it's a blessing. Just crying. She's getting teeth right now. She has like 3 teeth.
Wow.
Which is amazing. She's trying to crawl, but she's too fat to crawl. She can't do it. She can roll though. She's fucking rolling, which is awesome. She's like, I swear to God, she rolled off the bed the other day. But she's rolling though, doing her thing. I caught her though.
She's like, I'll figure this out somehow. If I can't crawl, I'm gonna roll. Where can they find you?
Find me on Legendary Tone on all Instagram, Twitter, all the social media platforms. That's my handle, Legendary Tone. Lyrical Tone is the artist name, Lyrical Tone. So find me on everything. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal. I forgot Amazon. That's what I was trying to say, but I was gonna say like Apple or some random shit. But it is iTunes and Apple Music. There we go. So yeah, I'm on everything. SoundCloud too. Legendary Tone. You can find me on all that stuff. TeamLLFENT.com. That's it.
Is it a YouTube channel?
Yeah, YouTube channel, Lyrical Tone, LLF, but just Lyrical Tone, put that up in there. You'll find, literally, I got all my works already published, and all my business is taken care of, so you'll just find Lyrical Tone. You'll see my handsome face up there. So just stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, please and thank you. You know, please support a young brother like myself, 35 years young, doing my thing, okay? Please.
You got a little Snoop Dogg in there too, right there.
Please, man. I got
some Snoop Dogg and some Cat Williams in there.
Please.
Yeah. Well, and we'll leave it in the description below too, by the way. Hey, man, thank you so much, man.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all for having me. This is a pleasurable experience, for real, for real. I love what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? Spreading knowledge. And that's why I wanted to be a part of this, because that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I produce music with the message. I have a message. Thank you for having this platform for myself, artist-wise. And y'all, thank you for letting me bless.
Hey,
thank you.
No problem. And by the way, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button and hit that notification bell. We'll leave all his stuff in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, follow your bliss. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Our goal, as always, is to become the #1 podcast in the world. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And make sure you share this with 3 of your friends. And if you like our song, our intro song, please check out my good friend, Maroni Silva's band, A Dead Desire, on YouTube. That song is called The Mantra. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, follow your bliss.